Have you ever stopped to question how the game's biggest talents are truly measured? Is it possible that some stars blazing across the NBA spotlight are more smoke than fire painted by reputation instead of reality? What if the metrics we celebrate and the accolades that shine like trophies are masking a deeper truth about who's really carrying their team? This isn't just about numbers, it's about perception, impact, and the fragile line between myth and mastery. Welcome back, Warriors fans, to the Warriors News Fan Report, where we dive beyond the box score and into the heart of what fuels the NBA's fiercest debates. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a second of this saga. Today, we peel back the layers on a question rippling through the league like a thunderclap. When does hype tip into hype illusion, and who's the poster child for that blurred line right now? Could the biggest star currently stirring noise in the Western Conference actually be the NBA's most overrated player? Could loyal frontrunners in an emerging franchise really be holding back their squad's true potential? Some insiders whisper that the Golden Boy partnership that should be shaking the Western landscape is, in fact, fracturing under weighty expectations. The whispers grow loudest when you see a player consistently in the lineup, turning in beastly per-game averages, 20 points, nearly 6 rebounds, swatting more than 1.5 shots, and ripping over a steal per contest, efficiency numbers shining at nearly 49% true shooting, with a sharp three-point clip north of 37%. That's not just any stat line. It's all-star worthy and suited for highlight reels. Yet, amid that glossy sheen lies a criticism so biting even seasoned analysts echo it without reservatio. And this player might be falling short of truly leading when it counts most. Remember the Memphis Grizzlies' recent arc after charging to a Western Conference semifinal showdown with the Warriors, where they were dispatched like so many hopeful challengers before. Memphis hasn't quite scaled the same heights since, with their electric guards setting the tone night after night. You'd expect their second star to complement, uplift, and dominate in synchronicity. Instead, faint cracks are appearing in the supporting cast, and the question echoes, is the so-called anchor serving as a ball and chain? Consider this: in the decisive loss against Minnesota, where the Grizzlies fell in 6 games, our Warriors grasped control by forcing 18 turnovers and outscoring Memphis by 10 points in the paint. Yet the opposing big man, routinely celebrated for his rim deterrence, mustered only the blocks that series far below his season average. Is it possible that under playoff intensity, the same timing and positioning that earned him Defensive Player of the Year votes evaporate under crunch time pressure? Some critics point to the 131-80 beatdown by Oklahoma City as a stark example, where once he swatted shots and altered lanes, he looked hesitant guarding slashing wings, often ball watching, instead of anchoring the paint. Could rewatching those highlights reveal more flash than substance? A tendency to chase blocks rather than stay grounded in team defense rotations? In the post-game pressers, those recurring injury excuses begin to feel like the convenient scapegoat. We've seen him miss just handfuls of games over multiple seasons. But what if that availability masks nagging aches that blunt his motor? According to athletic trainers with league ties, chronic bird dog ankle tendonitis and recurring back spasms can sap lateral quickness, crucial when switching on guards in today's positionless era. If those whispers hold water, then every monster block highlight could be luring us into a false sense of defensive supremacy, glossing over the basic positioning breakdowns that crop up once the whistle blows. And it's not just me saying it. ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins didn't hold back when he labeled this Grizzlies titan the most overrated player in the NBA, arguing that true defensive impact transcends block totals and hinges on communication, help side rotations, and consistent containment of elite wing scorers. He questioned not only the performances, but the very premise that one man could anchor a thriving defense without sacrificing efficiency on the other end. Could it be that by prioritizing chasedowns, he's neglecting the fundamentals of team defense, casting doubt on whether his presence truly elevates teammate performances? Contrast that with our Warrior stalwarts. Stephen Curry's gravity on offense is undeniable, drawing double teams on 39% of his pick-and-roll possessions and still converting at a historic 42%. From deep, Draymond Green's defensive IQ orchestrates chaos, averaging 7.2 deflections per game and sitting among the top 5 in defensive box plus-minus over the last 5 seasons. Jordan Poole, too, erupted as the X factor, logging 20-point nights with a fearless step back that freezes defenders in their tracks. When you watch Golden State's blueprint precision shooting meshed with lockdown rotations, you see a system less reliant on one mythic big man and more on collective brilliance. Could this model be the antidote to the hype illusion that elevates volume stats over true impact? Meanwhile, on social media, the debate has reached fever pitch. One viral X thread read, "JJJ's block highlights are sick, but when does the league stop rewarding flashes over fundamentals?" Another countered, "Give the man his crown, he's a rare combination of rim protector and shooter." Analysts like Zach Lowe have speculated on his potential trade value, suggesting that teams craving an interior anchor might overpay, blinded by highlight reels rather than scrutinizing his true win. Shares per 48 minutes. Could this marketplace mania inflate his worth while underlying metrics hint at diminishing returns? Inside Memphis, the mood is conflicted. Grizzlies Reddit forums are torn between loyalty to a homegrown star and frustration at repeated first-round exits. One poignant fan post lamented, "We've watched him grow from a spindly rookie to a DPOTY candidate. But where are the series wins? Where's the defensive anchor when it counts?" At FedEx Forum watch parties, chants of "Keep JJJ" mingle with sighs each time he misses rotations. Half of the crowd divided between a faith in his ceiling and a hunger for a more complete defensive strategist. Could this schism in fan sentiment signal a turning point, where even the most celebrated talents face scrutiny once the spotlight dims? And what of the front office calculus? Memphis holds a glut of first-round picks in the next 3 drafts assets. Any contender would kill for. Rumors swirl that rival G-Miz have floated offers involving a haul of future picks, plus a secondary young piece eyeing a haul that could reshape their own rosters. Meanwhile, Warriors execs are rumored to be on the call lines, gauging interest in conversations that would give Golden State an interior boost equal to Draymond's elusiveness. Some insiders believe a stealth trade swapping draft capital for immediate rotational defense could be the catalyst Kerr needs to reclaim defensive supremacy without mortgaging the future. Could this be the offseason shakeup that separates mere contenders from dynasty architects? Pull back the lens and consider the broader NBA canvas. In Denver, Nikola Jokic's camp is calculating how an absence of elite rim protection in Golden State's lineup could pave the way for another historic triple-double barrage next season. In Phoenix, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are whispering hopes that if Golden State stumbles on defense, the Suns can regain Western ascendance. In Los Angeles, the Lakers covet any weakness they can exploit after watching Anthony Davis wear down guarding Jokic. They relish post-ups against a less intimidating front line. Could this collective eagerness from rivals underscore just how pivotal a true defensive anchor is in the modern NBA chessboard? Yet even the most meticulously drawn analytics can't capture the intangible spark this player brings or fails to bring when the night gets cold and the stakes skyrocket. His viral bench celebrations, the quiet nod to teammates, the soft-spoken interviews that hint at leadership, these are the X factors that win locker rooms or fracture them under pressure. Ask any championship season vet and they'll tell you grit and cohesion outweigh raw talent every time. Could it be that Memphis's blueprint, built around singular brilliance, overlooks the soul of a championship team, the relentless, unglamorous hustle and accountability that makes even role players feel like difference makers? Back here in the Bay, we've seen the blueprint for sustained excellence, shared responsibility, generational shooting, adaptive defense, and a culture that prizes ball movement over isolation. The question then becomes, when you peel back the accents and the optics, does the star in question measure up to that standard? If hype illusion has indeed clouded our judgment, then the coming season may be a reckoning not just for one player, but for an entire system that once revered him as its cornerpiece. But what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a ride-or-die member of Dub Nation, I believe the league needs to take a harder look beyond the allure of flashy stats to recognize who truly elevates their team when it matters. Jaren Jackson Jr. may have the tools, but the proof is in the big moments, not just the highlight dunks or block columns. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you're buzzing with the same electric fire right now, tearing through every word like a fast break to the rim, then slam that like button, smash subscribe on Warriors News Fan Report, and ring that bell so you're never left out of the pulse-pounding saga that is the Golden State Warriors' quest to redefine greatness. Let's be honest, what's cooking in the Bay right now isn't just basketball. It's an epic chess match on hardwood with sparks flying and all the power moves swirling. Like a tornado over the Western Conference. Imagine the seismic shockwaves cascading through Steph Curry's legacy. If these whispers of a blockbuster all-star edition turn into reality, what happens when the slim silhouette, who's shattered three-point records and redefined clutch, is suddenly sharing the court with another powerhouse scorer, another jaw-dropping athlete? The ripple effect could either ignite a dynamo of championship domination or implode into chemistry chaos under the blinding intensity of Chase Center's unforgiving spotlight. Between the sharpshooting artillery of our MVP, the defensive mastermind Draymond Green anchoring chaos like a seasoned general, and our young Lats Bajimski's silky smooth stroke, Kuminga's raw explosive potential, and Moody's polished scorer's instinct, minutes will become the hottest commodity in the city by the bay. What happens when these hungry youngsters jostle for space, their youthful ambition clashing with the veteran swagger? Will they rise to form the next wave of Warriors dynasty greatness? Or will the prismatic tension fracture the delicate balance that's held this juggernaut together since the glorious We Believe underdog roar to 5 rings glistening? Over 8 years, the stakes have never been higher because every shot, every defensive rotation, every crunch time decision is magnified when you consider the fierce ripples from rival rosters. Pumping iron elsewhere in the West, the Suns, fresh off their own reinvention with Devin Booker and the relentless Chris Paul whispering about past days, and the hunger for the future. The Nuggets, with Nikola Jokic's unshakable dominance and Jamal Murray pushing for his breakout consistency. The Lakers, still flexing their remnant superstar bones and gambling on secrets yet unrevealed, as Roy and Shum spill their leaks. We hear the swirling rumors feeding the fires of speculation from locker rooms humming with whispers. Two Iggy's reflections echoing in the hallowed halls where Warriors once declared supremacy. Down on Telegraph Avenue, the bar stools tremble with heated debates, the clinks of glasses punctuating predictions that some moves are either genius strokes or the harbingers of ruin when the three-pointer clangs against the Bay Bridge at sunset. It's like the heartbeat of the city sensing with the ever-pulsing vision of what the Warriors can still become. Remember how Curry's shot breaks records his three-point percentage flirting with 45%, combined with his laser-sharp assist-to-turnover ratio that leaves defenders dizzy, and analysts in awe. Consider Wiggins morphing into an underrated two-way warrior, erasing doubts with every lockdown sequence and transition play, while Poole transforms from potential to scoring explosion, setting off fireworks with 25-point outings that pierce the nets and shake off doubters. This is more than statistics. It's a symphony of cause and effect born from history steeped in battles, from the electrifying We Believe that reminded us how defense and heart could topple giants, to the recent dynasties built on threes reigning like shooting stars and defensive versatility that turns games on their heads. But here's the twist: what if this rumored shakeup, this bold gamble of pairing Steph with a fresh all-star dynamo, is both the greatest opportunity and the most dangerous experiment in recent memory? Imagine the possibilities: a backcourt, bombing threes while slicing lanes that rivals can only watch in stunned silence, or a battlefield of egos, style clashes, and missed rotations that unravel the fabric of the team's chemistry. Just as playoff pressure mounts, when Pajimski's silky touch and Kuminga's raw athleticism compete for that elusive role, the side green and gold legends, the spotlight will burn hottest on their ability to harmonize or combust. The Warriors front office faces stern yet hopeful, must balance mind and heart, legacy and future with precision often invisible to casual fans. And beyond the Chase Center, the league's top minds dissect, analyze again the sports media titans like Roy and Shums breaking down every trade rumor with surgical detail, while former Warriors like Andre Iguodala drop wisdom from behind the curtain, highlighting what it means to lose and rediscover championship form. This saga is more than a seismic trade rumor. It's a question burning in every Warriors fan's soul, echoing louder than the roar of a packed arena on game night. Will this bold, possibly fraught gambit be the defining moment when Chase Center once again erupts in glory, when the splash revolution crescendos into something transcendent? Or is it the start of a fragile era where legacy fractures and the greats are forced to redefine not just team success, but personal greatness amidst inevitable dissolution? Personally, standing shoulder to shoulder with true Dub Nation Warriors, I believe that this moment will be etched into our franchise's DNA for decades. Because if there's one thing this team, this organization, and this city embodies, it's resilience born from the harsh crucible of doubt and defeat, reborn time and again through unyielding faith and innovation on court. the synergy of Steph's genius, Draymond's defensive mastery, and the young gun's relentless hunger carries the potential not just for another championship parade, but to send a seismic shockwave through the NBA landscape that reshapes the West and the very meaning of dynasty in the modern era. There is danger, yes, but the flame of possibility burns hotter. So, if you feel that crackling electricity running through your veins, if your heart beats in sync with every swish and every defensive stand, hit that like button, drop your thoughts. Below, who do you believe will rise? Who will fall? And can the Warriors rewrite the narrative once more? Stay locked right here on Warriors News Fan Report because you won't want to miss a moment. As this story unfolds, every headline, every trade, every buzzer beater, this is destiny in motion, your front row seat to history.